Hello, everyone. My name is George Psipsikas, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Nanobionic. So, imagine a world where you could have more energy. It doesn't work. Yeah. So, imagine a world where you could have more energy. A world where you could increase your muscle strength and endurance. A world where you could recover faster and improve your quality of sleep. And now, imagine a world where plants can grow faster without the need of extra energy or other chemicals. You can stop imagining, because this is what Nanobionic Technology does today. Nanobionic is the next generation of biofunctional materials that can be applied on any kind of fabric and combine science, technology, and nature. You are an energy source. Your body produces around 100 watts of energy per hour. If there would be a way to use that energy, you could be able to recharge around 20 iPhones per hour. A simple way to describe our technology is that our body produces energy, our body wastes energy. You can now recycle and enhance your energy with Nanobionic. But what is Nanobionic? Nanobionic is a soft coating made of a blend of far-infrared emitting minerals. The minerals in the coating get activated with body heat, and they start producing far-infrared back to the body. Far-infrared are invisible waves of light that have the ability to penetrate the skin and stimulate blood flow. So Nanobionic is a finishing and can be applied in different types of fabrics, leathers, foams, and textiles. It can be applied either by printing, padding, or simple lamination. The coating is super light, and it can last more than 50 washes. The added cost of Nanobionic is very small, and it really depends on the application process. But what are the benefits? The benefits of Nanobionic is that it increases blood flow. It also enhances faster recovery. It increases muscle strength and endurance. It promotes restful sleep and also supports heat generation. At this point, I would like to pass some samples so you can get an idea of what the product is. And I will pass one here, and you can pass it around. The actual hexagons that you see on the t-shirts is the minerals that they're printed. So it's super soft, can be applied on anything, and doesn't change the hand feel. But how is this relevant to NASA? Astronauts, when they go in zero gravity, they face an important challenge. Their circulation is significantly reduced, and especially in the extremities, in their hands and feet. So we wanted to find a solution about this problem. Based on the latest study, which we've conducted with Berkeley University, and specifically the bioengineering department, we've seen that within few minutes, as you can see, before and after pictures, within approximately 60 minutes, circulation as well as temperature returned back to normal levels. So we think we can solve the problem of poor circulation in space. Astronauts are also exposed to extremely harsh conditions, such as cold temperatures. Our goal is to incorporate Nanobionic technology into multiple parts of the spacesuit and keep them warm when they need it the most. Our technology can also be used for ski products, like ski jackets, boots, as well as products for diving use. Here you can see a digital thermograph with before and after pictures, just with a simple fabric. These results are within 60 minutes. and you can see a huge improvement. Improved circulation means better oxygenation, which leads to increased muscle strength, increased endurance, and faster recovery. Improved circulation in the capillaries means also faster wound healing, as well as muscle recovery. These are extremely important benefits that can be used in the battlefield, can be used by NASA, as well as for everyday use. So, in order to prove all these benefits, we have conducted 5 scientific studies, as well as 2 pilot studies. The first study was an athletic performance study, where we proved that by wearing one of our products, you increase your muscle strength and you also increase your endurance. We've measured 15 different parameters of athletic performance, and they were all positive. I'll be happy to share with you more information later. The next study which we conducted was on people with Rana Syndrome. For those who are not familiar with it, it's a neurological disease where people have extremely poor circulation in their extremities, especially hands and feet. Within just 60 minutes, and with the use of a simple fabric, we've seen that we can bring temperature and circulation back to normal levels. And this was accomplished with 100% of the subject matters that took place in the study. The next study was a sleep study, where we've tested 50 people, and we've seen that overall, their quality of sleep improved significantly, which also led to feeling better, being stronger, and having a better day. Then we wanted to prove that our fabrics really emit far infrared. And what we have achieved here is 99% far infrared emission, which is the highest in the world. So there's no other company that can really produce that levels of far infrared. The last study I'm very proud of. And for the first time, we proved that textiles can reduce the free radicals and the oxidative stress on a cellular level. I mean, you can imagine the benefits, again, for the Department of Defense, for NASA, as well as everyday use. This was done just by wearing a simple fabric. The next study was a pilot study, and it was done on people with type 2 diabetes. And we've seen that within 7 days, approximately, of wearing one of our garments, their glucose levels reduced significantly. Most of the subject matters, they also had to reduce their insulin intake. This was a pilot study, and we would like to continue further studies. Now, this came about a few days ago, and we've seen that NASA is looking for ways to grow plants. It's such a coincidence because we think we have a solution for that. We've run multiple pilot studies, and we've seen that with the use of our fabric, we can increase the growth of plants significantly. You can see the picture. This is with nothing, and this is with a nanobionic fabric. These are beans. We've tried multiple types of seeds, and in all cases, we had positive results. This is within the first 6 days. The first 2 on the left, they have nanobionic. And then 4 days later, you can see the 2 on the left, how much more they grew. So, since also NASA is looking for ways to increase the growth of plants, I think it would be a great fit to test in zero gravity. So, at this moment, we don't think we have any direct competition, mainly for 2 reasons. First of all, because we've developed the most advanced far-infrared technology in the world, and secondly, because there's no other company that can apply minerals with such benefits to virtually all types of surfaces. Our mission is to transform and revitalize existing industries that had virtually no innovation for decades. We're not here to compete with other industries. rather to enhance them for the benefit of humanity. The potential applications for NASA is obviously for the spacesuit, for gloves, boots, helmets, as well as bedding products like sleeping bags, pajamas, t-shirts, and socks, products that can continuously stimulate blood flow. Now for the Department of Defense, I think the list is endless. We can use it in the combat apparel, in the recovery products. We can use it in diving suits. We can use it in the seats of various types of aircrafts to continuously stimulate blood flow. And in terms of commercial applications, Nanobionic can really be applied to a great number of industries, such as apparel, bedding products, furniture, medical. It's more than 30 industries, actually. We have received 13 international awards so far, including 2 European Business Awards. And we have also recently received a determination from the FDA as a medical device and general wellness product. All of the claims have been reviewed by the FDA, and this really allowed us to enter the commercial market. It would be overwhelming to discuss about the sizes of all the different industries, so that Nanobionic can be applied to. So I will just speak about the first couple of industries that we're currently operating. The first one is the global apparel industry, which is 1.5 trillion. The second one is the sports apparel in the US alone, which is 184 billion. And the global home bedding, which is around 60 billion. Our goal is to capture approximately 0.5% of the industry. And by doing that, within the next 2 to 3 years, we would be looking at 1.5 billion in revenues for Nanobionic. Our business model is very simple. We have 2 revenue streams. One, from selling the actual solution, and the second, from getting licensing fees from all the different brands that use Nanobionic and its benefits. As a proof of concept, we started from Europe by producing 2 products, one t-shirt for athletes and one vest for everyday use. And within the first 2 years, we've managed to do more than $11 million in sales. Last month, we have also signed a licensing agreement with a major bedding manufacturer, and you will soon see our products in thousands of stores across the US. Also, the timing is impeccable. The health and wellness sector is growing exponentially right now. Everybody is looking for health and wellness benefits to be incorporated into their products. And the good thing with Nanobionic is that our technology provides effortless benefits. You don't need to do something. It just helps you do the things that you will do otherwise much better. These are some of the products that you will see in the market and are in the market, like mattresses, pillows, covers, protectors, bed sheets, etc. Some of the ongoing projects that we have is that we work closely with 6 Fortune 500 companies in different industries, 3 of the largest athletic apparel companies. They're interested to incorporate Nanobionic technology in their apparel and footwear. We also work with 3 major outerwear companies, airline companies, automotive companies, in order to incorporate Nanobionic into the car seats, into the leathers. We have, in terms of intellectual properties, Nanobionic technology is registered worldwide, the brand name, in multiple classes. We have 1 granted patent in Europe, and we also have a patent which is pending in the US, and we're ready also to apply for 2 international patents. Our projections for the US market alone is 15 million for 2020, 50 million in 2021, and 150 million for 2022. If we will include the European and Asian operations, then we would be looking double these numbers. So Nanobionic Technology and our strategy is not a dream, it is a reality. It is happening as we speak. The technology is fully developed, is proven in the market, is validated by scientific studies, and is ready to hit the global market. So we don't need money for further developments, apart from the 2 pilot studies that we want to prove scientifically. We're also open for investment opportunities, and we can discuss later with parties that would be interested. We're very proud of our team. Obviously, my brother, which is the co-founder of Nanobionic. We're also very proud to work with different scientists, such as Boris Rubinsky, which is the head of bioengineering department at UC Berkeley, as well as several other doctors. There are too many to put in the panel here, but we wouldn't be able to do what we have done so far without their help. For the first time in history, humans have the ability to recycle and enhance their energy. All this energy that is constantly wasted by the human body, we can put it back to work for our own benefit. The moment you treat a product with Nanobionic technology, it's not a simple product anymore. It is a health and wellness solution. It's a product that helps you recover faster.
And that's time.
I'm almost done. Imagine connecting to a near endless source of energy. That is Nanobionic.
Questions from the judges?
Thank you.
Hi there, I have a question for you. I'm over here.
Hi.
Great presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
Could you go to the slide with the Rana Syndrome, please?
Yes.
Okay, you're just about there. Okay, the question is, the picture on the left, that is before. Does that mean it's with no material whatsoever, and then after 60 minutes is with the material impregnated with your material?
Okay, that's a very good question. So what we have done is that first we took digital thermographs without anything to see what is the current condition.
Right.
And then we took multiple materials, warming materials, from cashmere to wool to any kind of material. And then we repeated the same thermograph again. There was no increase in the heat because Raynaud is a neurological disease. And it doesn't have to do with the outside temperature, it's the blood flow. And then we repeated that after 60 minutes with our fabric. So we left it for 60 minutes in the hands, and then we took it off, and we took immediately a thermograph. And this is the result that you see. That's,
okay.
So
I guess I was just looking for a study where, like, say you have the gloves with the material, like have a control of nothing at all, which is your thermograph, and then the same material that you have without impregnation, and then the same thermograph of the, exposure with the same material with impregnation.
yes, that's exactly what we have.
Okay.
But I did
don't
not
see that, so.
Yes, sorry. I can provide you later. We just wanted to show the before and after. With Rana Syndrome, no matter what material you put, it doesn't change anything.
So I have Raynaud syndrome, and if I use gloves, it helps a lot. That's why I was just asking the question.
Oh, okay. We have this test with warming materials, and there is no difference within the 60 minutes period.
So I had a question on this one. If you used some sort of far-infrared source, what power level would you need to obtain that result?
So the far infrared that is produced, it gets powered by our own.
I understood how it works for you, but how much power would you need? Because what you're doing with your material is you're taking infrared, you're absorbing it, and I'm not clear how much is absorbed, and then you're emitting far infrared. So it just seems like that your conversion efficiency has to be really high in order to get the power levels you need for that.
So it's 99%, the return is 99% of far infrared within the most beneficial wavelength for the human body, which is between 4 and 14 microns, basically. So it sends back 99% of far infrared, all powered by our heat.
Okay.
George, an amazing presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess the question that comes to mind for me is that there's a reason why the body wants to get rid of excess heat and waste heat. And I'm wondering, does not your material cause a kind of a feedback loop that overheats the body? Is that possible, or is that?
Okay, so we have two different versions of the technology. One that simply improves circulation, stimulates blood flow, and increases muscle strength, endurance, flexibility, and all the benefits that I mentioned. And then we have a version for cold weathers, specifically for diving suits, for Rana Syndrome, which also increases heat. So it doesn't need to be used in everyday use. We started with athletic apparel, and we currently work with many national teams, especially in Europe, and lots of top athletes in the US. And the last thing they want is increased heat when they perform. So for that reason, we have the t-shirt that I showed you, which does not increase body heat.
Follow-up question on that. You said that it also reduces free radicals. Have you any idea of what the mode of action is for that?
I mean, there are different reasons why. Far infrared, when it penetrates the skin, what it does, apart from improving the circulation in the capillaries, what it does, it creates a vibration to the water molecules. And this is scientifically proven. It's been done with far infrared lamps, which they exist for 60 years. So this vibration allows the cells to get rid of all the toxins. And we were not expecting to have such results, honestly. We've done the study, and it was done with blood samples. There was no psychological effect. And we've seen that within 7 days, their free radicals and oxidative stress reduced significantly in a cellular level. So we think this is the reason why, the vibration that is created by far infrared.
So is that similar to the Juve or Juve red light therapy?
Sorry?
Are you familiar, is that similar to the red light therapy, like
Yes.
Like you stand in front of these, the red light lamps is pretty popular right now. If it's Juve or Juve or something like that, is.
Red light, it's mostly infrared. Far infrared is a little bit higher spectrum, but it provides similar benefits.
Are you wearing? Is it on your suit right now?
Yes, it is, in the lining.
Is it in the lining
Also
of your
in my
suit?
socks and my underwear.
Good answer.
I'm sorry.
Could you share a little bit about the studies that were done, how they were experimentally set up, double blind, just share a little bit more about those studies.
Of course. So the first study was an athletic performance study. It was a double-blind. Study, and we've measured both men and women. We've measured 15 different parameters of their strength, endurance, flexibility, and lactic acid. And in all cases, we've seen that there was a significant increase in either muscle strength or endurance. I have the full studies to share with you. The studies are also published in very reputable journals. And the most important, coming to that, is that for the athletic apparel study, for example, is that we work with loads of athletes and national teams. And they're impressed about studies, but they want to test it themselves. So they do in-house testing in their labs and with their trainers, and they've seen tremendous benefits. And if they wouldn't even bother to wear them and train with them. Now, the Rana Syndrome study, as well as the free radical study. They're published in the Journal of Medicinal Chemistry and Toxicology. What are the study? And then the sleep study, which it was conducted on 50 subjects, and it was done in a sleep institute that specializes on sleep issues in France. And they've measured different parameters: how longer they slept, how more refreshed they were when they woke up, the period of time that fell asleep before and after, and it was also a double-blind study.
Did you find any situations where there were negative side effects or individuals who should not undergo using this kind of technology?
So FarInfrared is known to humans for approximately 60 years. There are no side effects. Your body absorbs as much FarInfrared as it needs, and it's so safe that it's even used at the incubators of babies. It's extensively used in medicine with far-infrared lamps. So we did not invent far-infrared. We just found the way to incorporate it into the fabrics and get the most out of it with the power of our body. So there are no known side effects. And we'll be using this technology. We actually have hundreds of thousands of customers that they use Nanobionic in Europe for 7 years almost.
A very quick question. So with 100,000 people using it, what's been the percentage of allergen reactions? You had any allergies?
Allergy reactions? 0. And these are also the results from FarInfrared in general. There are no side effects whatsoever.
Sorry, just coming back to the idea of the free radical scavenging, I guess you'd call it. How are you planning on looking at how that mode of action actually works? I know you said it was about the vibration of the caused by the infrared, but free radical scavenging of oxidative stresses on the body is quite a very specific field that needs to be looked at very carefully. And I'm wondering how you intend to kind of move forward in that area.
So what we would like to do is conduct further studies in multiple people in multiple areas, because in certain areas people have more free radicals than others. Free radicals are also affected by the way you sleep, the way you eat, the environment. There are many different reasons why free radicals could accumulate in your body. So since it's medical, we would definitely need to further study it. This is not the reason we sell it in the market, but it's part of the scientific studies that are published.
It is also, I mean, it's a side effect of radiation exposure, so it could be useful to NASA in that respect as well.
Yes, and this is the main reason that I presented it here, because we think that it can have great benefits for astronauts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George.